Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Jo. I love to read. Thank you for joining me back on my channel. I've had a wonderful year with you all, and thank you to the 300 subscribers. That's really exciting. I love to see you guys all here, new and old. I hope you've had a wonderful year. I can't wait for all of the end of the year content to be coming out. As probably old subscribers, but just to let new subscribers know, I don't actually pop that stuff out until the end of the year because I think every day absolutely counts. So I don't do any of that stuff just in case there's something amazing or disappointing that happens at the end of December for my reading year, so that will be out soon. But welcome to my bookshelf tour. That's why this video is here today. I'm doing a bookshelf tour and I'm so excited to show you guys. This has been such a long thing in the making for me because I've been chipping away at it. I knew that it wasn't going to be super sustainable straight away because of the amount of editing involved with this style of bookshelf tour. I call it the Merphy Napier style. I don't know if anybody else does it, but certainly I've seen it on her channel only, I think, and she's one of the biggest booktubers. But without further ado, let's get into it. I will just apologise that I got a cold during the making of this, so there is changes in the audio. I'm really sorry, and it's hard to be consistent as I've pretty much started doing this in September and have been slowly doing it all the way up now until the end of December. So I probably wouldn't do it that way in the future. I probably won't do this video again for another couple of years because I don't feel like I have enough. I don't feel like I read enough and change my bookshelves enough for it to be warranted. But anyways, and a quick note, this TBR section here is going to look vastly different because, as I said, I filmed it months ago, and because the TBR one was easy to line up camera-wise as opposed to down here, it was fairly different. I have gained books, I have read books, so if that's a bit confusing, I'm sorry, but I am going to be doing it. Probably nobody cares enough to know that that's different, but anyways, just in case. But I will also be doing a TBR video at the start of next year where I quickly just go over all the books that are on my TBR. So anyways, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy.
This is my historical fiction shelf. The Last Hours, The Turn of Midnight, Daughters of the Storm, The Pillars of the Earth, World Without End, A Column of Fire, The Evening and the Morning, The Clan of the Cave Bear, The Valley of Horses, The Mammoth Hunters, The Plains of Passage, The Shelters of Stone. I have read the sixth book, The Land of Painted Caves, but I unhauled it. The White Mare, The Dawn Stag, The Boarstone, Chocolate, Outlander. This is half of my fantasy shelf, ranging from what I think is soft fantasy going across to harder fantasy and then continuing on to adult on the other shelf. Alana, The First Adventure, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man, Lioness Rampart. I am missing the second book, In the Hand of the Goddess. Coraline, Howl's Moving Castle, City of Masks, City of Stars, City of Flowers, Carne, Raelia, Dracora, Gravale, the novella We Three Heroes. I am missing Bardacia, which I have read but do not own. The Prison Healer, The Scorpio Races, His Majesty's Dragon, The Fork, The Witch, and the Worm, Tales from Allegacia, Volume 1, Eragon. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Mina Lima edition. Bitterblue, Eragon, Eldest, Brazinga, Inheritance. This is my hodgepodge shelf. It has non-fiction, a couple of thrillers, a lot of contemporaries, some romances, and some historical fictions that didn't fit above. An Ordinary Man, Scrappy Little Nobody, which I've reread every year since I've purchased it because I love it. Wild Swans, The Countries of the World in Minutes, Force of Nature, Murder House, The Leopard, Beautiful Malice, which has the best male love interest that I have ever read. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Before I Die, Darby, Looking for Alibrandi, So Much to Tell You, A Monster Calls, The 10th Circle, Her Own Hero, The Other Wife, Beautiful Disaster, Walking Disaster, A Beautiful Wedding, which I'm considering getting rid of because even though it added some realism to the romance, it also kind of wrecked it for me. Beautiful Redemption. Legacy, Allegiance. I am missing the third in this trilogy, which I have read, but I didn't enjoy it, so I got rid of it. Memoirs of a Geisha. That should really be up with the historical fiction, but there wasn't any room. This is my Billabong series shelf, an Australian series by Mary Grant Bruce. These were gifted to me by my grandpa. They were actually his childhood books when growing up, and after I enjoyed the first one, he gave me the rest of them, and I have read and enjoyed each of them. A Little Bushmaid, Mates at Billabong, Nora of Billabong, From Billabong to London, Jim and Wally, Captain Jim, Back to Billabong, Billabong's Daughter, Billabong Adventurers, Bill of Billabong, Billabong's Luck, Wings Above Billabong, Billabong Gold, Son of Billabong, and Billabong Riders. This is my teenage favourite shelves, some of which I may have read in my early 20s, but I remember these mainly in my late teens. Wicked Lovely, Ink Exchange, Fragile Eternity, Radiant Shadows, Darkest Mercy, Hush Hush, Crescendo, Silence, Finale, The Lux, Rumours, Envy, Splendour, the Tomorrow When the War Began series, Tomorrow When the War Began, The Dead of the Night, The Third Day, The Frost, Darkness, Be My Friend, Burning for Revenge, The Night Is for Hunting, The Other Side of Dawn, and the entire spin-off trilogy to the Tomorrow series, While I Live Now, Incurable, Circle of Flight, Divergent. I have read the other two in this trilogy, but I didn't enjoy them as much and decided not to keep them. The Hunger Games, Mockingjay. I also have read Catching Fire, but I believe I loaned it out to someone and I have no idea who it is to ask for it back. This is my Thoroughbred and middle grade shelf. As you can see, the majority is the Thoroughbred series. There's also a couple of Pony Mad Princesses, Black Beauty, and a series of Unfortunate Events, number 1, The Bad Beginning. I'm not going to list every book that I have in the Thoroughbred series, otherwise that's going to take forever, and I also did not do individual ones. I think I tried to push 20 together in the main series. It's very chaotic. I'm actually curious to see how it's turned out. The Thoroughbred Ashley series is a prequel, and of those ones, I don't have numbers 4, 7, 10, and 14.
The first two, Battle Cry Forever and The Forgotten Filly, are novels separate from this series. They were branded as being owned by the main character Ashley in the hopes they would sell more copies. They are called Ashley's Thoroughbred Collection. I'm missing the final one, Star of Shadowbrook Farm. I have all 3 super editions and the 1 anniversary edition. Of the main Thoroughbred series, I don't own numbers 12, 22, 25 and 26, 30, 37, 49, 52 and 53, 59 and 60, 63 and 65 to 71. Those are the ones I do not own. It is my intention to collect all of these. In the Pony Mad Princess series, I am missing 4 to 6, 9 to 11, and 13. I'm unsure if I'll be collecting this entire series, and as I'm creating this video, I'm considering unhauling them. Black Beauty, The Bad Beginning.
This is my Harry Potter graphic novel and TBR shelf. It's a little bit of everything, as you can see. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, playbook from the Princess Theatre in Melbourne. Harry Potter Magical Builders that Coles put out as part of a promotion. The illustrated editions of Harry Potter 1 to 4, The Philosopher's Stone, The Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter A History of Magic, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, Special Edition Rehearsal Script. Cast list from the Harry Potter Cursed Child play in Melbourne and My Letter to Hogwarts, the unofficial Ultimate Harry Potter Spellbook, the unofficial Harry Potter Character Compendium, Saga Volume 1, Pole Dancing Adventures Volumes 1 and 2, my new set of Harry Potters that I'm not going to pull out of the box set because it's too hard to get them back in for something that is not reading. These ones I haven't read yet. They were what I was able to open and gifted to me by Daniel when I finished my TBR shelf. Now onto my TBR books. Ship of Magic, The Dictionary of Lost Words, The War That Saved My Life, My Sister is a Werewolf, Goodbye Midnight Wanderer, Where the Crawdads Sing, Bone Season, Milk and Honey, Poppy War, Beneath the Keep, Priory of the Orange Tree. Sunset to Sunrise. This is a book that's actually written by Daniel's maternal grandfather. The Complete Mouse, Monstrous, Volume 1, Awakening. A handwritten family history from my maternal grandmother's side. The Ball family, from Scotland, England, Germany to Australia, from the 1700s AD to 2020 AD. This is the second fantasy shelf, what I consider my more epic/harder fantasy. The Good Luck Girls. I do own the sequel, but my mum is currently borrowing it. The Novice, The High Lord, The Magician's Apprentice. I have read the first in this series, but I don't own it. The Queen of the Tealing, Invasion of the Tealing, Fate of the Tealing, Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, Assassin's Quest. The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, The Return of the King. A Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords Part 1, Steel and Snow, Storm of Swords Part 2, Blood and Gold. This is what I call my darker YA fantasy. I don't necessarily know why I call it darker, kind of more grungy and I suppose a bit more urban-y. It's more set in modern settings as opposed to the medieval based fantasy, which are mostly what's on the other shelves. This shelf also has a bit of sci-fi as well. Raven's Gate, Evil Star, Night Rise, Necropolis. Skullduggery Pleasant, Playing with Fire, The Faceless Ones, Dark Days, Mortal Coil, Deathbringer, Kingdom of the Wicked, The Novella, The Maleficent Seven, Last Stand of Dead Men, The Dying of the Light, and the collection of novellas and short stories, I'ma Get 'Em Out of Here. Resurrection, Midnight, Jurassic Park, Cinder, Sword Art Online, Volumes 1 to 2, The Ironclad Arc, 3 to 4, The Fairy Dance Arc, 5, The Phantom Bullet Arc Part 1, 6, Phantom Bullet Arc Part 2, 8, Mother's Rosary, 9, Early and Late, 10, Alicization Beginning, 11, Alicization Running. This is undeniably my vampire shelf. When I reorganized my books to be in this order, I was pleasantly surprised that I had so many vampire books to give them their own shelf. Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spirit Bound, Last Sacrifice. Looking at this series again gives me such a thrill because they're so nostalgic for my teenage years. All of me and my friends read them together and we used to eagerly await the next book coming out each year. Dead Until Dark, Living Dead in Dallas, Club Dead, Dead to the World, Dead as a Doornail, Definitely Dead, Altogether Dead, From Dead to Worse. Ebonite, Stargazer, Hourglass, Afterlife, Balthazar. Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn. Twilight the Graphic Novel, Volumes 1 and 2. This is my Archie comics, journals, and original Harry Potter books shelf. I'm not going to display each comic, but I will group by the character, Archie, Betty and Veronica, Jughead, and Laugh Digests. My journal from 2005 to 2007, 2009 to 2010, a collection of pages from 2011 to 2012, February 2010 to November 2019, November 2019 to October 2020, October 2020 to October 2022. Fun fact, this journal was started and finished on the exact same day, 2 years apart, the 16th of October, which is kind of freaky. Aside from the Strawberry Journal, all of these have been bought for me. If not for people buying me journals, I don't think I would have become a journaler because I would always do it for a while and then stop. But I'm pretty consistent now and I love it. These aren't everyday journals. I just write when I need to express something, but it's usually no more than 2 weeks between entries. These are my first Harry Potters and I love them so much and I don't think I'll ever get rid of them no matter how battered they are. The first one has a handmade cover because I somehow lost the cover over the years and needed to make it a new one. Most of these were collected from secondhand bookshops from around Australia when we travelled as a family in 2005 when I was about 10. This is the final shelf. It holds my box of sentimental stuff, a baby book that is half filled out for Miles, a draft of my own manuscript, and a draft of my grandpa's memoir. And finally, a book borrowed to me by my mother-in-law that I need to return once I've read the other one she borrowed me.
Alright everybody, that is it. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was really satisfying for me to see it done and I'm really proud of myself. Even if the quality isn't as good as I would like it to be, I would probably do it all in the one go if I ever do it again in the future, but it was a lot of fun and a lot of experimentation. If anybody's curious about how I made it or how to do a similar one like that, I may do a video on like the making of the bookshelf tool, we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Please hope you enjoy the holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate. If you celebrate any, just have a great time. Try not to get too stressed out with all all the stuff that's going on, try to have some relaxing time, and I will see you guys next week in another video. Bye!